Shana Tova. A year ago, I delivered my first president address for High Holy Days on horseback, with a theme of creating moments of meaning, as we observed our first High Holy Days ever in our history virtually. Today, wow, I'm here in our beloved sanctuary, standing on the bema, embracing the sense of peace that I always feel when I'm on our temple grounds. I grew up in South Windsor, Connecticut, in a Reformed Jewish synagogue, and much like Temple Emmanuel, we were the only temple in town. I look back at my roots and I think about the impact that my hometown temple had on my life, from religious school, Shabbat services, to life cycle events. But it wasn't until my first trip to Israel with Rabbi Mark and 8 others that I really had my epiphany, my aha moment. Ask yourself this question: who am I? If you're like me, my answer was, I'm a wife, a mother, a grandmother, a daughter, a sister, a friend, a volunteer, a financial advisor. Is this really who I am? While in Israel, I realized for the first time in my life that my Judaism does define me. It is so much more than my faith and spirituality. Today, when I ask myself the question, who am I? My response would be, I am a Jew. As a Jew, I can describe myself as someone committed to my family, my Jewish community, and my community at large. I'm committed to education and continuing to grow through knowledge, to inclusion, where I am open-minded and welcoming all who come into my life, to spirituality, creating a sense of peace and purpose, and tikkun olam through outreach, volunteerism, and philanthropy. If this sounds familiar, it is. It's the recently released values of our temple, along with our mission and vision. I would encourage you to go on our website and read our mission, vision, and values. And I would challenge you that they apply not only to our temple, but to each of us individually. So, what is the theme to share with you this year during our High Holy Days? Journey. Let's take a moment and reflect on our journey this past year. In my first year as temple president, we have navigated through COVID, the announcement of our rabbi leaving, welcomed a new religious school director and executive director, revised our mission, vision, and values of our temple, introduced focus groups and a rabbinic search committee, hosted our first volunteer appreciation luncheon, held a board retreat, to name just a few. Your temple leadership has been busy representing all of you. Now it is time for us to come together as one, to connect as we continue our journey. Begin with asking yourself the question that I started with, and that is, who am I? I would ask that you reflect, as we do during High Holy Days, on how you answered the question, who am I? Think about the role of Judaism in your life. Think about your role in this journey. Standing in front of our sanctuary is a sculpture titled Journey. We dedicated this artwork to commemorate our congregation's 75th anniversary. The sculpture represents the Jewish people's ongoing journey, at times broken or fragments, and at other times solid and whole. The sculpture is open to many interpretations, but there is one thing that stands out. The circle is complete and continual. The sculpture inspires intention, thought, and reflection. As our congregation begins this particular Jewish New Year, we also embark on a journey that we have not experienced in 20+ years, as we prepare to search and welcome a new rabbi and prepare for saying goodbye to our Rabbi Mark. Personally and communally, we know that life is a journey filled with lessons, hardships, heartaches, joys, celebrations, and special moments that will ultimately lead us to our destination. The road will not always be smooth, In fact, through our travels, we will encounter many challenges. Our journey now, our search committee and focus group leaders have spent countless hours preparing to submit our rabbinic search application. Our application was not just a process to answer the questions supplied to us by our national organization, the Central Conference of American Rabbis. Rather, we have designed a presentation highlighting everything that makes Temple Emmanuel who we are today and where we envision our future. The content includes your feedback if you participated in focus groups or the online survey. Following the submission of the application, we expect to get inquiries from rabbis about our rabbinic position. Our plan for interviews will follow, always keeping in mind the input provided by our membership. Now is the time to connect, stay connected, or reconnect with our Temple family. Of this we know, our journey will be filled with questions, uncertainties, and decision points. The destination, finding our new rabbi, is not the only part of our journey. Our journey is an opportunity for us to rediscover what we love about our temple, to celebrate our time with Rabbi Mark, to share in spiritual, educational, and social events. We have long tried to steer clear of simply doing things because we've always done it this way. In responding to COVID and the realities that continue, now even more so, is our opportunity to be open to the possibilities. It is our time to come together, to share in our common bond of Judaism, whether it be by choice, by birth, or through interfaith. Together, we can embrace our values of community, education, inclusion, spirituality, and tikkun olam. Together, we are Temple Emmanuel. Now is the time to use the tremendous talents, abilities, and resources each of you bring to contribute to our journey. Who am I? It is with great honor and privilege that I extend to you my wishes for a sweet new year. Shana Tova.